guys, Andy here, and I'm here to bring you all things Monday to makeup related. If that's your vibe, I'd love it if you would subscribe to be part of my little slice of the internet. And in today's video, I'm bringing you the July update for the Horror Bingo Project Pan. So if you want to see all of the progress I've made on the items in this project, let's get into it. So, if you have not been following along, this is a project that I created to satisfy a need for a more spooky themed project on the channel. The Google Doc is listed in the description box down below, and I was inspired by the Pantastic Ladies Panners Bingo on how I set that up, so they're also listed down below as well. I drew numbers on the first of the month until all the numbers were drawn, so those have all been done, and they're on my community tab if you're just now starting. But you just do collection specific goals, and once you get a bingo you win, or you can do blackout bingo like myself and a few others are doing. So let me grab all my products and we can go over progress. Okay, so we have, let me grab my prompts that I dropped. Goodness gracious. For main character goes alone. That is a one-off in your collection or a one-off that you love, something in that nature. So I had brought in my Revlon eye brightener. It's the Glimmer Correcting Concealer, but it is in their brightener shade. It's the shade 105. And you can see we have a little bit lower of windowing here. I used this 14 times in June, and I've already used it 5 times in July as of filming this, because I am filming this early, I always do. How many times total? I've used it 86 times total out of my 100 use goal, because you guys never said that like that wasn't a good enough goal, so we're sticking with 100 uses. So I'm thinking, to be honest, that I'm probably gonna close this out in August. Whether I hit all my goals or just most of them, I don't know. We'll see how I feel next month, but if I only have 1 prompt kicking around or 2 prompts kicking around as of August, I'll probably close this project out, because you guys know how I feel about that. I just don't like keeping projects around when I'm only working on 2 prompts. And I've hit several bingos anyway, so I can close this out. But I will be working on a new set of prompts. I don't think I'm going to unveil that. I want to try to get it up for Halloween, but that's neither here nor there. But this should be a rollout for August, which will be awesome. I've really enjoyed using it. Do not put it away. You need to weigh it. But 86 out of 100 uses. Next we have Creepy Old Mansion, and that was use an old or broken item. This is the oldest blush, maybe the oldest product in my collection, and this is from Wet n Wild, and it's their blush in Let's Get Smashed. It does still faintly smell like pumpkin spice, so I used it. I didn't use it in June at all, but I have used it once in July. So we're sitting at 6 out of 10 uses. My problem was I rolled this and the other blush that's in this project in, and they're just very similar purposes. So I'm just kind of splitting hairs there, but 4 more uses on the Wet n Wild blush. Then we have Unexpected Jump Scare. Rah. A product from a category that grew the most in 2024. Yikes. And at that point when we started this project, that was my single shadows, which my single shadows, as I say every time, includes my loose, my liquids, my magnetic, all of it, every kind of single shadow. So when I randomized that, I think I randomized it, or I might have picked this, I can never remember, but this is from Haunting Hues Cosmetics. It's in the shade Persephone. It's a loose shadow, and I used this twice in June. I have not used it in July yet. But we're sitting at 8 out of 10 uses, so just 2 more to go. Then we have Finding a Hidden Room, which was use a product hidden in the back drawer or forgotten about. which I did hit goal on this guy, so let me blank that out, and we'll look at the board in a second. But that was my Alamar Bronzer Trio. It's the Complexion Trio in Fair to Light. I actually finished this shade. It's the shade Rise and Grind. It was like a under eye, not under eye, but a face setting powder. I finished this shade, and I'm using the bronzer, which is the shade Pale Wear, which I think I have expanded the pan. I've been really focusing more up here, but I just wanted to use this palette 30 times, and I used it 14 times in June, and I used it my very last time once in July, and I met my goal on Ian's birthday, July 1st. So, very excited. That is a rollout and a goal met. So let's see, does that give us another bingo? That was what, N4? I think I saw. Finding a hidden room? Yes, N4. So not that way, not that way. Nope. That does not give us a new bingo. Hang it, because that's my only rollout. Then we have Sinister Basements. I don't know why I put this up. And that is use a base product, foundation, a primer, eye primer. So I brought in this foundation from KVD. It's the Good Apple Serum Foundation. I have mine in the shade Light 12, and I'm at my 50 use goal, so I used it. 5, 10, 13. I used it 15 times in June, and I have used it 4 times in July so far, but I've used it a total 27 out of my 50 uses, so we're just over halfway there with this guy. I did not use this today because I just rolled another foundation into a project for 5 uses. So the next 5 times I do my makeup, I'm going to use that. So this is going to be chilling for a hot second. So I can't tell you where, but it is under this red line now, but it was laying down, so I can't show you where it was. But I'm very, very excited. I love using it. It is a very good foundation. I've honestly debated on, because it's in the Ipsy shop, I've debated on repurchasing it because I do really enjoy it. Then we have a Seance or Ouija board scene, and that is randomized whole collection product, and we randomized this e.l.f. liquid camo blush in the shade Dusty Rose. I actually have it on today, and I used it 5 times in June and twice in July for a total of 8 out of my 10 uses. So this will definitely be a rollout for next month because 2 more times is not an issue. But I really love this formula. I would love to get, I think they have a more orangey coral shade. I'd love to get that. And I really want to try the bronzer contour shade. And last but not to least, we have Eerie Children's Laughter. And that was something with childlike packaging, a childlike name, etc., or something that makes you laugh. And I brought in, and this broke last month, so I have decided that when I'm done with this project, I'm going to declutter the blush, but I'm going to keep this as a purse mirror because I think it's cute. But this is the ColourPop and Mulan blush in the shade Good Luck Charm, so I've used this 5 times in June and once in July. So again, I'm at 6 out of 10 uses. So when we look at these, are they the same? No, but they do very similar things on the face, which is why they're both sitting at 6 out of 10 uses. So that is going to do it for my update for the horror bingo project pan. Like I said, I might end this next month. It kind of just depends on how many goals I do hit. Because if I could hit these 4, or honestly these 5, or if I, you know, don't hit a blush, or if I don't hit either blush, if I hit just these three, you know, if I just have the blushes and the foundation chilling, then I might be done. Like, if I hit at least half of the goals that are left by the next update, then I'm probably going to end it there and just call it good. So that is gonna do it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.